Coming live inside QE2 Park Casino. This is round 11, the NRRRL competition for 2019. The Casino Cougars versus the Cudgen Hornets. The NRRRL is proudly sponsored by Ladbrokes. Download the app today or head over to ladbrokes.com.au for all your betting information. Gamble responsibly. Dwayne Neville will be soon joined shortly by Michael Shaw. He's just being held in transit, so with that being said, you can see the teams out there, the Casino Cougars and the Cudgen Hornets. We'll have kickoff in a couple of minutes, so let's give you the tailored tape between the two teams for the Casino Cougars. A late admission from the second overall try scorer, Denzel Dangerfield. He's been replaced by Jeremy Collins in the back line. David Jackie's moved from fullback into the centres, paired with Brent Scott Hall, who has just come back into the side from last week's win over Northern United. Completing the back line is Rodney Collins and Noah King. In the halves, we have Trevor Bolt and Roy Bell, and in the forwards, we have Josh Beach, Dane Petty, Nick Morrissey, Michael Shipp, Theo Hippai, Hayden Pratt, Isaac Cooper, and Thomas Walker are on the bench. And Michael Shaw has literally just walked into the box now. I'll hand it over to him for the Cudgen lineup.
Looking forward to the game. Number 1, we've got Jake Sands. Nick Andres in number 2. On number 3, Luke Dumas. Number 4, Jake Lennon. Number 5, David Sheridan. Number 6, Sam Grant. Playing in the halfback, Harry Fitzhugh. Playing prop, Shannon Green. In hooker, Alex Fitzhugh. Number 10, Aidan Lee. Number 11, Josh Slebber. Number 12, Bo Ryan. 13, in the lock position, Miles Donnelly. In 14, Keanu Tikeri. 15, Connor Zabelli. And number 17, Tim James.
As we get underway, Casino Cougars are running left to right on your screen there. Casino currently sitting in third position with a 7-2 record. They could go as high as first with Ballina, who won 60 points to 10 against Evans Head yesterday. They could fall down to as low as 4th if they don't get the job done today, as they had a win here 8 days previous versus Northern United 28-22. 5 tries each in that campaign. Casino kicking the superior goals with 4-1. And as we could see that, there's going to be an early penalty conceded there by the Cudgen Hornets. So, sure, you just got yourself in here. What's the vibe downstairs coming into this one?
Yeah, it's a great ground. There's a good, strong crowd in. Nice weather. It looks like the reserve grade, club team had the reserves go. They got a win.
I think Cudgen got up in reserves.
Yeah, it's a good, strong crowd. Everyone's looking forward to a good game of rugby league here in Casino.
And as I made mention, Casino Cougars, they had a decent win last week against Northern United, but Cudgen, they too have got their tails up with an impressive 22-18 win over the Ballina Seagulls last week in Ballina. And that's a nice driving tackle there by Shannon Green. Well assisted there by Aidan Lee. This will be played by Dane Petty into the hands of, that was Roy Bell.
Well, if he got his hands on that, he was away. It was a great run.
So it's been turned over now to Shannon Green. This will be first tackle now, 25 metres out now from the Hornets line. And see what the referee's called here. I think he's called a scrum advantage there for the Cudgen Hornets, so they'll have it about 10 metres further up the field. Yeah, as I mentioned, Cudgen Hornets, they had a very impressive 4 tries to 3 win over the Ballina Seagulls last week. They currently sit in 6th with a 4-win, 4-loss, 1-draw record at 11 points. So as we're here at QET Park here in Casino, it's here's an interesting stat. The fact is, Shorey, that Cudgen, they actually don't mind the travel. They've only lost once away and that was against the Tweed Coast whilst away. And it's also worth mentioning all losses have come when they've scored 20 points or less. So you'd think, like, for the Hornets today, they need to get 20 points or more on the board today against this potent. Oh, big hit! Absolute big hit there by Hayden Pratt. So, Shorey, as I was about to mention, you'd think the key to victory today for the Hornets is to score more than 20 points.
Yeah, but both sides look strong here. Big forward packs for both sides. Great charge down there and picked up by the Casino player. And 6 plays here to go, just on the 50-metre mark. So
inside 40, this is going to be taken up by Rodney Collins. And he's nicely met in defence there by Josh Saliba. I've done a few of Josh Saliba's games in the past there, Shorey. He's probably one of, and you could also see that Aidan Lee, they have some of the biggest bunch of forwards you'll see in this competition, and they know how to use their defence well.
Yeah, they look big sitting all the way back here. You can see the size of them. So there's already been some really strong runs straight up the centre and a couple of big hits there. So it should be a battle of the forward packs here. And lost ball from the Casino Rams by Josh Beach.
So this should be a scrum feed now for the Cudgen Hornets. And they'll have it about just away from the 20-metre line on their own side of field.
Yeah, so Casino sitting third in the COP and Cudgen getting a win over Ballina, the competition leaders. So, yeah, it should be an evenly matched game here on paper.
Well, yeah, it's hard to pick this competition, sure, is it?
It has been.
Well, I'll give you an example. Morris Brothers beat Northern United, Byron beat Morris Brothers, and Northern United put a score on Byron yesterday. So, if you're just going to look at it on paper, then do so at your peril.
Yes, exactly. So it's getting it closer to finals time is going to be very exciting with these teams just going in on form.
Now, this is one of the try scorers here from last week. Miles Donnelly, he actually had a bit of I think it was a cut above his head. He had to have a bit of strapping, so the wound seems to be healed okay. So this will be now played by Fitzu. Nice run, does well to get 10 metres off the fly there. That was Bo Ryan. So they're about inside 40 on I think this will be the fourth phase. This is taken up now by Shannon Green. And he gets it away into the hands of Sam Grant. Back into the hands now of Bo Ryan. Yeah, I think that's Nick Andreas there from memory. Yep, that's indeed the case. That's 30 metres out now from the Casino line. Your kick is going to go high. And this is anyone's well taken there by Luke Damas. But I think he's just going to get absolutely dragged down. He'll try and get it away, but he's well and truly held there. So the Cougars now will have a set of 6 now, about 10 metres away from their own line.
Yeah, it's impressive set of 6. First set of 6 by Cudgen. Playing the well, spreading the ball out wide, looking confident in their plays. And good field position here to see what Casino can bring back.
So Casino, though, they've won 4 of their last 5. And this is also the recipe, Shorey, for some very tight games, because 7 out of their last 10 games have been decided by 8 points or less. Not necessarily meaning they've won all those, but nevertheless, you can put your money on this being a really tight affair, especially with Cudgen now having their momentum up after that big win against Ballina. Know that the top 5 is within length for them.
Yeah, that was a very strong run there by Casino's Teo Hippie.
So this is taken out by Petty on the short side. Crunched in the tackle there by Alex Fitzu. He was lately brought in this season from the Gold Coast competition. And
it's a good tempo coming in the first 5 or so minutes of the game. Defence has looked pretty strong on both sides.
So Sheridan takes that one up now. It's about 20 metres away from the Cudgen line. This will be played by Harry Fitzu. Now this is Nick Andreas. And he does well to get about 25 metres away from the Cudgen line. And nice tackle there by Nick Morrissey. Morrissey was involved in the Northern Rivers under-23s squad this season. And there's Josh Beach. Absolute monster of a play there, Josh Beach. So Cudgen now, let's see what they can do inside Casino's half a field. And so this is now going to be played through the hands. This is the 5th and last kick, goes up by Fitzu. Should be greeted there by, I think that's Noah King. What a big run. Oh, he's just lost that there. That's going to be collected there by Harry Fitzu. So they're about 30 metres away now from the Casino line. This is going to be now Alex Fitzu. And he's crunching the tackle there by, that's Nick Morrissey. They're 20 metres out. This is looking very promising for Cudgen Hornets to get the first points in this campaign. But he's handed right that one back. And you can see there, Shorey, Miles Donnelly getting involved with the assist there of Alex Fitzu.
Yeah, Casino lucky to get out of that one without having any points on the board. Crunching tackle again. It was a good play. I think the Cudgen bloke, he had a real swipe at the ball and dislodged it from Casino player's arm and was pounced on quickly by his teammate.
Sure, I mentioned a couple of minutes ago that Casino, they have, Cudgen, their tailor tape to win this one is to score 20 points or more. Here's another stat to back it up is Casino have scored double digits in every game this season, and only one of those games was less than 20 points. That was against Ballina in round 2. So this,
I think we're going to see plenty of tries this game.
but of course, I mentioned at the start there, they have to do it without Denzel Dangerfield, who is the second overall try scorer in this, currently in the competition with 10 tries, and he's been scoring plenty in the recent history, especially in last week's game against Northern United. He actually scored one right on where Casino attacking out now. He basically did like a Dan and Kemp soccer kick to basically get the points. So this will now be played by Alex Fitzu. Nice barraging run, does well to get about 30 metres out now from the Casino line. This will be Alex Fitzu. Kick's going to go high. They're opting for those high kicks early, Cudgen. Nicely taken there by Rodney Collins. And in the Denzel Dangerfield plays on the other side of the wing, but you'd think that the two Collins boys there will get the job done. Will be looking to get the job done nevertheless in his absence there, Shori.
Yep, Casino have been under the pressure a few times down this end of the field, but they've looked good getting out of their 20 and back into a stronger position on the other in the opposition's half.
Casino, they've only held a single-digit defence record just the once this year. That was a 28-4 win against Morris Brothers. So this will now played by Dane Petty. That gets into the hands. That's Roy Bell. The nice kick there by Trevor Bolt. And that should be too much power on it. So it's going to be a scrum feed now for the Cudgen Hornets about 20 metres out from their own line.
A good kick. Slowed the play of the ball down. Cudgen have it again. This is Casino's best field position of the match so far. If they can... No team has the upper hand yet, I would say.
So on the flip side for the Cudgen Hornets, their top try scorer for currently being Luke DeMar. I think he's had 8 tries so far. They're currently in the road since round 8. Have only had 5 out of 6. They've had 5 out of 6 away. So they've enjoyed a bit of an early homecoming in the first 5 rounds, having had the last 4 out of 5 at home. So now this is going to be played by Harry Fitzu. That's going to be taken there by Josh Saliba. And that's going to be just shy of the halfway. This is going to be... Sorry.
Sam Grant thought he saw a play at the ball and a fumble and was calling for 6 again. Unfortunately, didn't get it.
So all these stats, as I said, just another stat that came to mind here, Shori, pointing this could be potentially a very... clinching game. Other than the fact that you're sitting next to me, it always seems to be the case when you're there, and Nathan Cross always gets the one-sided affairs. But only three of their games for the Cudgen Hornets have been decided by less than 12 points, including the last 2. So if that, of course, I refer to the Ballina Seagulls and their loss to the Tweed Coast Raiders. So
Shannon Green's just lost the ball there. Looked tricky. It's ball control and carrying the ball. Security has, that's where they've faltered a couple of times in their first penalties here. So they're going to want to improve on that if they don't want to give up these try-scoring opportunities in the opposition's half.
So this will be now scrum feed now for the Casino Cougars. Still 0-0 if you just joined us. We're about 10 minutes in, or just over 10 minutes now. As you can see there, about 21 degrees here in Casino. They've been spared most of the rain. We have had a few showers on the east coast of New South Wales. And not much wind to speak of, and there not normally is out here in Casino, about 5 kilometres, as you can see there on the graphic. So this is going to be taken up now by Brent Scott Hall. He was an addition from last week. This is going to nicely taken up there by Josh Beach. And Miles Donnelly, he's always looking to go for work in defence there, sure. He's always taking on the bib boppers like Josh Beach and Nick Morrissey. And you'd probably think, even that was equally as good there by Aidan Lee.
And Shannon Lee making up for his earlier mistake.
So this is now going to be Trevor Bolt. Gets it into the hands now. I think that's Rodney Collins there, Shori. And so that's about 35 metres away from the Hornets line. Kick goes up. And this could be anyone's ball, but well taken there by David Sheraton. And they'll have that right on the Cudgen Hornets line. That's just drifted high there. So the Cougars would like to have that one back again. So this will be a bit of a leg up now for the Hornets when about 10 metres out from their own line.
Yeah, it's a bit of a lazy arm by Michael Shipp there. Went way too high. Refs called a good penalty here to get Cudgen out of their own half. I'm looking forward to a really good battle today between the two number 8s, Josh Beach and Shannon Green. The big, tough boys, and they look really strong. They're hungry for it. Here we go.
Last time these two teams played was in the 2018 campaign, round 17. 48-24, Cudgen Hornets were winners on that occasion. Cudgen have won the last 3 between these two clubs. And out of 6 of the last 7, Shorey, the winning team, and once again, has scored 30 points or more to get the job done. 5 of those have come from Cudgen, out of those 6. But there's not much separating in attack for both these teams. 42 tries from Cudgen and 41 coming into this one from the Cougars. So that's going to be taken up there by Bo Ryan. Does a late pass into Alex Fitzu. He's been very impressive for the Cudgen Hornets thus far in this campaign. He's still going there, Alex Fitzu. But this should be now played. I think this will be now that's the 5th and that's the 4th. Oh, I would like to have that one back there. The Hornets have handed that one back over to the Cougars. That was collected there by David Jackie, who's playing now from the centre position, who was lined up.
Yeah, it just seems to be a misread play there. He thought he was using him as a decoy runner, and the ball was going to him. Gives Casino the ball. But great, yeah, really exciting run there by Alex Fitzu. He's going to be one to watch today.
He had a very impressive game last week against the Ballina Seagulls, and he was basically their go-to man when they got that, which, in all fairness, was an upset win for the Hornets. So Ballina were, I think they won the match before that, 38-6 on Cudgen's home patch earlier on in the season. So let's have a look here. This is going to be Rodney Collins chasing the kick, but it's just going to be too much oomph there. So this will be Luke DeMars. That's a damn patch out there, sure. He's done well to get out of there, but it's going to matter for very little because he's just been hauled over the sidelines, and now the Casino Cougars now will have about a 6-metre scrum feed away from the Hornets line.
Yeah, that was close. Jeremy Collins looks like he's injured an ankle or a leg there.
Jeremy Collins, of course, he's also the replacement for Denzel Dangerfield, who was a late admission. And so this could be very, very costly there for the Cougars. They're already looked to their reserves.
Yeah, some great sportsmanship by Cudgen, calling for the trainer for Jeremy Collins over there on the side, because Cudgen nearly got out of their own dead ball area there and into the field of play due to his ankle or leg injury, but thrown over the sideline.
And sure, Denzel Dangerfield, he's one thing that what I've noticed about him, and I've done a couple of his games, and I looked at some of his highlights on the Huddle app. He has got pace, and Rodney Collins, and this is why I said that it could be very costly, because Rodney Collins has just as got as much pace. And I referred to a game when they played against the Tweed Coast Raiders in round 9. He scored a 95-metre intercept to get the chocolates on. Well, in that point, they didn't get the win, but 95-metre run, and you'd think, if anyone's going to replace him, it's him. But it looks like he's done a hammy or something there, and that's going to be very, very costly for the Casino Cougars. Yeah,
unfortunately, it looks like they're going to have to go to their third-string winger. But we'll see what kind of depth the bench has. Looks like number 15, Isaac Cooper's going to replace him. And he looks like a bigger fella, so they might be putting someone else out to the wing.
So this will be now scrum feed 10 metres out now for the Cougars. This is going to be now played by Roy Bell. This is David Jackie. So they've got it with inside 10 now. This is going to be now played here by, I think that's Noah King from dummy half. And there's the usual suspect in defence, Miles Donnelly. So this will be Dane Petty now. This is on the third tackle. This is now going into the hands of Nick Morrissey. Hornets holding themselves well in defence thus far. This will be Dane Petty playing on the short side into the hands of Roy Bell. And, nice barraging run there by Josh Beach. He's close, Josh Beach. So close. Hornets hold their nerve in defence, so this will be now on the fourth phase. And that gets in it through the hands. That's Roy Bell. Ops to kick. And this will be, that was Dave Sheridan. Done well not to play at that. But hang on, what's the referee? He's called, I think he said he's got a hand on that one, Shorey. Interesting.
Yeah,
I don't think he put a hand on it to me.
I couldn't see it from here. The ref was on the field, but it was a well-weighted kick, just maybe a little bit too much heat on it.
I just said that Dave Sheridan was done well, just to hold off, starve off the attacking play from the Casino Cougars. So, nevertheless,
gives Casino another six tackles.
So this has been some really end-to-end stuff, and that was certainly the case too for the Cudgen Hornets in last week's game against Ballina. Really end-to-end, and they'll take that momentum from last week to their advantage. And I can see him back play there. Rodney Collins he's finding it very hard to walk on that leg. That could be his day done, unfortunately, for the Cougars there, Shorey. So this will be now Dane Petty gets it. Nice run, about 10-15 metres off the fly. And so Dane Petty passes into the hands. I think that's Isaac Cooper.
Yeah, coming off the bench.
Big crunching tackle by the Cudgen Hornets.
It was a really great little flick pass out the back there to get it to Isaac Cooper on the line, and they're spreading it left here.
So this is Bolt goes himself. He's brought down there by Tim James. And so they're just smack bang on the 10-metre line. So this is going to be taken up by Josh Beach. This is the fifth and last phase now. Casino have probably had the better of the chances. They want to make the most of it here. This is Bolt. Oh, that surely could be a double knock-on. So Casino might have this one back. They will double knock-on scrum feed about 7-8 metres away from the Cudgen Hornets line.
Yeah, the Cudgen Hornets didn't have much option there but to play at that ball that was kicked in. So gives Casino another set of 6 here, 10 metres out.
Sure, Cudgen were never, ever down against Ballina at any point last week. They were either level or winning, but despite that, they were up 18 points to 6, and they had to score the match winner because it was tied at 18 all. So they want to, like, at very least want to try and at least get the first try to keep that momentum going, because it's a very important thing coming into the second half of this season. So I think that's Miles. Sorry, that is Harry Fitzu there and getting involved there. That's going to be played here by Petty. That's Bell into Bolt. Bolt goes himself. He's got numbers on left, but Trevor Bolt normally knows how to split that line.
He looked very dangerous attacking the line.
Very sharp there, Trevor Bolt. Oh, nice run from dummy half. Equally as impressive in defence there by the Hornets. So we're just about done in the first quarter here at QE2 Park and Casino. And, nicely read. So that should be... no, it's going to be called knock-on there for the Cougars. Double knock-on again. So this time it'll be a Hornet scrum feed 10 metres out from their own line there, Shorey.
Yeah, Casino have thrown everything at them, and Cudgen have still kept them scoreless on their own line. They've spread it left. They've attacked the line with Trev Bolt there in 5'8", spread it out to their fast men on the side. Still haven't been able to penetrate the line, which is a good sign for Cudgen. But in saying that, Casino having a lot of time in Cudgen's half will be encouraging for them.
Now, Shorey, I don't think the Cudgen Hornets be panicking too much, because it was basically, as it is now, no score at the moment. Their first try didn't come till the 30th minute against the Seagulls last week. They'll be, as I said, looking for the likes of Luke Damascus. He scored an impressive line-breaking try to get himself on the score sheet. So they'll probably need to be really doing the same today. As we can see there, that's
Nick Morrissey.
Nick Morrissey is absolutely...
2 tackles and he's
on point with
about 15 yards for Cudgen.
Absolutely on point with defence, Nick Morrissey. Done well to keep Cudgen inside their own half of field, so they might potentially going to force them to make an early kick to get the Cougars back in their own half of field. So this is going into the hands now. That's Aiden Lee. Oh, nicely read in there by Theo Hippi. So this is the fifth and last now. They've done well to keep the Hornets inside their own half of field, and this should be collected there by... I can't quite make out the number though. So that is David Jackie. So I think he's moved back into the fullback position there, sure. He did start at centre, but has been number 4. So they've put him back into fullback. I think that's to cover the injury for Rodney Collins there.
Yes, it seems to be as such. So he's got his work cut out for him now, and maybe Cudgen are going to put him under a bit of pressure with the ball.
So this is now going to be played on the third tackle now, taken up there by, that's Isaac Cooper. And he's just monstered there by Alex Fitzhugh. So this is now by Paddy playing it from dummy half through the hands. And he's going to, I think that was Roy Bell trying to get off, late offload, and Josh Lieber brings him down. That's Bolt, sends that one up. That's the fifth and last. And all there's chases here for the Cougars, but well read off the kick there from the Cudgen Hornets. And so here we go again, Shuri. It's more tit for tat. Will be interesting to see who can get the first points as we're in the second quarter of this one here at QE2 Park and Casino.
Yeah, it was a good kick and really good kick chase. Or just didn't get his hand on him and take the player to ground. But Casino in a good spot here. Yeah, I think whoever scores first here, there's going to be a big celebration with the first try because they've tried everything.
Now, sure, in Casino's case, Nick Morrissey was the first try scorer in last week's game against Northern United, and you'd think the way he's playing out there in attack, you'd think he'd be odds on to potentially get another accolade of first try scorer 2 weeks in a row. So let's see what comes out of this. So this is David Jackie now. Yeah, he's definitely gone back into fullback position, as you can see.
It's been a really good game. It's the referees have really let it flow. There hasn't been many penalties except for drop balls and a lot of kicking all the way down, catching it and running it back. A bit of a rugby union style game.
Yeah, so the Cudgen Hornets have won 3 out of their last 4. Only after picking one draw since round 1. They had that win, which was the opening live stream against Morris Brothers. So they're sort of getting their season back on track. So, but nevertheless, they would have put a red circle around this game to get the 2 points away from home. As I mentioned, they've won this contest the last 3 times. So this is now taken up here by Hayden Pratt, one of the few representative players for this Casino Cougar squad. This is going to be played now by Petty into the hands now. That's another one. That's Nick Morrissey. He's just getting so close to that line. Nick Morrissey does well. And that's playing on the short side into Trevor Bolt. Normally likes to go for that line break, but in this occasion passes into Brent Scott Hall. So this is going to be now the 4th phase. This is Bolt into the hands now of Jackie. He's brought down there by Tim James. And of course, there's Miles Donnelly again, and always getting involved in defence there, Miles Donnelly. So kick goes up across field. That's into... Oh, is that Rodney Collins back on the field? As I say that, that's Luke Damas. Luke Damas there. As I mentioned about 5 minutes ago, Shorey, they needed to bookmark him to potentially get first points. This is in the hands of Fitzu. That's gone back into... That's Jake Sands. Hasn't had much of the ball thus far, Jake Sands, and you'd think for me he needs to get more involved if the Hornets are going to get points today. So this is Donnelly. And so they're just about 40 metres out now from the Casino line. This is going to be, I think that's Tim James. So this will be now Alec Fitzu into the hands of Harry Fitzu. That's now gone in. I think that's Josh Saliba. This will be now played by Luke DeMar on the 5th and last. This is Harry Fitzu. Kick goes up. There's chases for either side. And what a leap there by Noah King. Oh, jeez.
Unfortunately, you could see he took his eyes off the ball just before he launched into a spectacular...
And I think the Hornets have just conceded the penalty for taking him whilst he's in the air, but if there's any AFL scouts watching that, they'll be well impressed. That was quite some hang time there by Noah King.
Yeah, it might have been a bit of a ploy. He ran aggressively in for it. Just before he jumped, he had a good look at the opposition to make sure it wasn't going to get too smashed in. He let his eyes off the ball and was perhaps looking for that type of penalty, which has been a good play.
So if you just joined us here, we're about 15 minutes and change. It's still a 0-0. That's not, as you can see there on the Ladbrokes scoreboard. Of course, Ladbrokes are proud sponsors of the NRRRL competition and proud sponsors of this live stream as you're watching here on the MGM Sports YouTube page. Trust you're enjoying the coverage wherever you may be watching, whether you're on the Northern Rivers, New South Wales, Australia, or indeed around the world. So this is now taken up here by Isaac Cooper. And they're just inside the Cudgen half the field, not played off there by Petty into the hands of Roy Bell into Bolt. This is... So I think Rodney Collins is back on the field there, Shorty, because I must have noticed that because Noah King's actually now gone back into the fullback position, I noticed. So that is welcoming news for the Casino Cougars. I thought he might have been done for the day. He had to be helped off.
Yeah, that's got to be uplifting for the Cougars. Really nice chip over the top there. It nearly picked up by the Cougars player to get it in good hands by Cudgen to regain the ball. But very positive football by Casino Cougars here.
So this is now taken 30 metres out now from the Cudgen Hornets line.
About this time of games where some of the bigger players might start getting tired, they're going to be using some subs and see if any smaller, quicker players can make some indents.
So that's Connor Zeeble there. That plays it now into the hands of, that was Fitzu. Kick goes up there by Sam Grant. Does well to get the metres. It's going to be responded there.
That's
David Jackie. He's taken down the tackle there by Sam Grant. So, and costly penalty conceded there by the Cudgen Hornets. So Casino, it'll be anyone's guess where these first points are coming into now, because we're now about 30 minutes, just about 30 minutes into this one. Yeah. I can see on the official clock, so 27 minutes. So I must iterate, if you're new to these live streams, you can see there's a timer in the lower left-hand corner. Those clocks don't stop for stoppages. Just think of it as a soccer game. Just add injury time if you see that. So, but on our official clock there, you can probably see on the scoreboard right now, there's a big number 12 above the Casino RSM logo there. That's how long we've got, folks, in the first half. So, this one we now played just inside 40 for the Cougars. Now I think that was taken up there by Michael Shipp. So this will be now played here by Petty. That's Bolt into the hands now of Nick Morrissey. I think there was some extra personnel in defence there from the Hornets because I knew Morrissey was going to take that one up there. Sure, they were ready for him this time. Oh, what a barnstorming run there. I think that could have been, was that Noah King?
Yeah, Miles Donnelly really put himself on the line there, a bit gingerly getting up, but great tackle.
So that's Collins there. I think that he's been pushed into the centre, gets it into the hands of Tom Walker. Well brought down there by Josh Saliba. So they're about 25 metres away now from the Cudgen line. This is Bolt. Could this be the first points coming? We're at just about 10 minutes inside the left in the first half here at QET Park and Casino. This is the fifth and last. That's Roy Bell playing from dummy half. That plays with the ball. Kick across the... Oh, well, geez. Noah King was so close to steal that one like a thief of the night. But nevertheless, this will be now a 20-metre... 20-metre restart here for the Cudgen Hornets.
He definitely didn't take his eyes off that ball. He was going for that and he wanted to score a try, and very close too. Would have been a very sensational try, but not to be. Here we go.
So you'll be looking for the likes of Roy Bell potentially, and you can probably see it already. Roy, if the Cougars' first try is going to come, whenever that may be, if it even does, I dare say, you think it's going to come from the hands of Roy Bell if he doesn't score it himself. So, and
it might come out of the sky.
Good point, Shuri. Good point. So, nice barraging run, and well responded there in defence by Dane Petty. So that's going to be played in by Fitzu. That's in the hands of Sam Grant. That's going to be Aiden Lee. Goes himself, Aiden Lee. So Hornets. So this is one of the few occasions they've been inside 20 of the Cougars half a field.
And how they've done it is through their big pack. A lot of commitment from the front row. Josh Slebber with the first hit up of the...
barraging run. Fifth and last. They're about just inside 2 metres from the try line. Could the Hornets once again get first try? Fitzu kicks it across the carpet. It's going to have too much power. 20-metre restart for the Cougars.
Yeah, the Cougars got up there... Cudgen got up there through their big man, a lot of commitment. Josh Slebber got tackled. He dove, threw himself on the ground to gain another couple of metres, and that inspires the rest of the forward pack to make those big hit-ups. And that's the first time, well, not the first time, but that's how they've made it all the way up to the end of the field. So they're going to, if they want to do that again, Casino are going to have to be on there. They're going to have to play well to defend those big guys.
So this is So Tim James getting involved there. He was almost very close to getting the first try himself. He is a monster of a man there, Tim James. And it took some courage there from Dane Petty to bring him down a few plays ago. So this is going to be now just outside the 40 now in the Casino Cougars half a field. That's going to be there. Josh Saliba getting involved. So this... I can't quite see from where he is. You probably can't see on the screen. So that's a fourth fade. Playing on the short side there. That's... Oh, jeez. You think if the hands get on that, Shori, that you think there'd be at least some valuable meters being made out of that. So that was Tom Walker there on the wing.
He was really close to picking that up. The ball was in a really nice spot really flat ball, soft, and he just didn't have it. Wasn't outstretched enough, and he looked quick on that wing.
So the next campaign for in this competition for the Casino Cougars, they'll be away to Mullumbimby next weekend for the Cudgen Hornets. As the heads go down, this will be Harry Fitzu, 40 metres out from the Casino Cougars line, gets into the Sam Grant. So that's Jake Lennon. Gets it back into Sam Grant. He's almost beat the clutches of fair hip high. So this is now be Jake Lennon. That's gone into the hands of Connor Zeeble. Does well. You get about 15 metres on the... That's Alex Fitzu. That's going to be Jake Sands. They've brought him in the middle of there, Shorey. I think the Hornets, though, they need to get him more involved to get to the metres. So this is playing on the short side. That's Grant. That's Aiden Lee. They're very close to this line, the Hornets. They'll probably look to the likes of, you can see there, Miles Donnelly. He was a try scorer last week. Normally the Cougars there, they normally know that you could see Roy Bell there kicking it in disgust. He knew if he had the ball, he had a caught that he was away for about 80 metres on the fly. But that's one thing I've noticed about the Cougars, watching a bit of some of their highlights. They're the one team that know how to do intercepts better than any of the teams in this competition. You could probably throw Moolumbar Mustangs in there as well, but they're the one team that know how to read those intercept plays.
Yeah, he read that really well. He just didn't get a firm grip on it. And as you said, he threw it away in disappointment. Cudgen were doing a good job spreading it wide.
So this is Sam Grant that beats one, beats two. He only had the one to beat there, Sam Grant, but that was well taken there by Michael Shipp in defence. So this is going to be Aiden Lee. He's held there just mere metres away from the casino line. Still 0-0 with it. We're about just shy 5 minutes in. This is, that's Donnelly goes himself. Word for well from in that part of the field last week. This is going to be Alex Fitzu. Back into the hands, that's Josh Saliba. And yeah, we're about 5 minutes left, and it's still 0-0. That's Tim James. He's so close to the line. He likes it, Tim James, and I think this could be first points of this contest. And it's taken about 35 minutes to get there. And I think the score now is going to be 4-0, Hornets over the Cougars.
Yeah, really good try. Keanu Takira is doing a lot of work. He looks like he stepped into a key playmaking position here out of dummy half. He's firing the ball away and getting the ball really quickly to his teammates, and he's put them in a really good scoring position there, and they've converted that into 4 points.
So Tim James, that's his fourth try for the 2019 campaign. He scored one against Ballina, and he scored a double against Evans Head. He scored 8 tries in the 2018 campaign. And he's actually an ex-Casino Cougar, ex-Tweed Coast Raider in the 2016 campaign. He had a season in 2012 for the Moolumbar Mustangs, and he's also an ex-Blamble Jet. And he also played, I can see on my notes here, he's also played in the Titans NYC in 2009 and 10. So you can actually, and you can see there from when he scored that try, you can see there's a lot of wealth and experience when in the final 10 metres in attack there, Shorey.
Yeah, it did. It looked good. They had to work really hard to get a try against Casino. They've been defending really well, and they will be disappointed to let that in. But if they can rally here, they'll feel good.
So this is basically just about a mirror image from last week's campaign against Ballina. They scored their first try late into the first half. So this will be now Sam Grant to take the kick. Not much wind to speak of. It's got the distance. Has it got the accuracy? It certainly has. Nicely kicked there by Sam Grant, thus making the score 6-0. The Cudgen Hornets over the Casino Cougars here at Queen Elizabeth Park in Casino. Trust you enjoying the coverage wherever you may be watching on the MGM Sports live stream on YouTube. Proudly sponsored by Ladbrokes. Head over to ladbrokes.com.au for all your latest betting info. If you prefer tablet and smartphones, go to your Android or iPhone stores to download the app today. Of course, gamble responsibly. So as we're heading to the final couple of minutes into the first half, I thought this was going to be a high-scoring affair. Sure, it's been anything but it's still a tight affair, though, nevertheless.
It very well could be. They've played a lot of good football down in the near the try lines, but it's the first time they've been able to convert. I'm expecting a lot more tries in the second half.
Sure, this is probably where they're really missing Denzel Dangerfield. He's basically an absolute try-scoring machine, as we can see there for his 10 tries throughout the campaign. He's second overall, and you only play. Oh, big hits! What a big hit there by Theo Hippi. Well, that would be on the highlight reel at the end of the season. You can bet your bottom dollar on that one.
And that was on the big man too, on Aiden Lee. Absolutely crushed him. Just got him right in the pivot point. Classic.
There he is again, Shorey. He's not letting down their Theo Hippi, but he's going to be brought down there by Michael Shipp. Wow, take a bow, Theo Hippi. So this would be now smack bang on the halfway line. Kick goes up there by Keanu Tikiri. And that's just going to... So the Cougars will have at least one more set of 6 before we put the first half to bed here at QET Park.
Classic tackle. I'm sure the boys will be pretty excited watching that back during the week. A few cheers.
Now, I'm just wondering if we can actually have someone like around the final series and off season to do a bit of a highlight reel. You'd think you put that and that Shannon Walker try. No, I'm going to keep talking about it throughout the whole season. You know it. You were there. That's at least two pieces of the highlight reel that we can do up. So if we can get that happening at the end of the year, that'd be great.
Yeah, that's my hit of the season so far. I love
mine
those
too.
tackles.
I'd have to say, but I'd actually have to say if you count the representative competition, I think Ryan Foran takes that because he's only a young fellow. Like when I did their game when they played the Mid North Coast down in Grafton. That was like a double barrel shotgun going off when he hit. So, but nevertheless, that's definitely in this competition. I agree.
Here we go. It's good, Steve. Casino have still got their chins up and they want to make an impact here.
So this is now going to be taken up by, I think that's the man himself, Theo Hippi. Does well to get about 30 or 20 metres away from, or even 10 metres away from the Cudgen Hornets line. So this is Bolt through the hands. Casino want to kill off some momentum that the Hornets are currently possessing at this point. So Hornets do well to keep them 10 metres out away from their own line. So that's going to be Collins from dummy half. This is going to be Isaac Cooper. Late offload in the hands of Dane Petty. Gets it back into Bell. That's going to be Trevor Bolt. And so they're about 8 metres away, 9 metres away now from the Hornets line. This is going to be taken up. And I would like to have that one back again. So the Hornets should do well now to take this, go into halftime with a scoreless lead, but nevertheless only one try in it thus far.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. They were in really good position, just wasn't expecting to get that ball and put it on the turf.
So yeah, the clock is just winding down here. That should all be all it for the first half here at QE2 Park and Casino. So who did you like there, Shorey, in that first half for either side?
Cudgen only because they've got their points on the board, but Casino, and it's anybody's ball game. It's a really good battle between the forward packs. The number 8s, the number 10s going up against each other. I think it's going to be a big pivot in this game.
So it's half-time here at QET Park and Casino. As you can see there on the Ladbrokes scoreboard, it's the Casino Cougars 0 to the Cudgen Hornets 6. Really end-to-end action and textbook defence on show today here in round 11 of action. Don't go anywhere. In about 10 minutes, we'll be back with you for the second half. Dwayne Neville and Michael Shaw back with you at QE2 Park and Casino. As you can see on the Ladbrokes scoreboard, as second half has commenced here, 6 points to 0. The Cudgen Hornets over the Casino Cougars. Proudly sponsored by Ladbrokes. Head over to ladbrokes.com.au today for all your betting information. Of course, gamble responsibly. Download the app on your phone or tablet today. Shorey, in this very high defensive textbook display thus far, what do either team have to do to break the duck here?
Well, I think in the Casino Sheds, the coach, they would have not want the past 3 losses to Cudgen to get into their minds and believe that they can win this. They're in a position to win it. They've looked good enough to win it. They've had opportunities to win it. So if they can overcome the drought they've had in wins against Cudgen and they keep their chins up and execute some of those plays, and they're in it to win it.
So this is David Jackie now playing back from fullback. He's well brought down there by Miles Donnelly.
There's a good run out of his danger zone right deep into...
Sorry, that was actually Keanu Kitiri. Sorry about that. Go ahead.
Yeah, he was a good run out of his in-goal area. Gets him in a safer position at the 20-metre line.
Nice barraging run there. He's met there in defence there by Aiden Lee. So if you just joined us here, we just commenced here in the second half, 6 points to nil for the Cougars. Sorry, for the Hornets over the Cougars, I dare say. So this is now Nick Morrissey gets it into the hands. Now that's gone in the hands of Trevor Bolts, and he had the Noah King there on his left, but probably unawares as he gets in there, 5th and last now. So they're about 40 metres out now from the Cudgen Hornets line. That's set up there by Roy Bell, and there's double chase. Oh, what a train wreck of a hit there from Jake Sands, and he just got absolutely smack bang into Dane Petty.
Really brave take there. He ran at them. He took it. He knew he was going to get collected, and he took it. He took one for the team there.
So this is going to be, that was Connor Zeeble through the hands. Now they're about 40 metres away now from the line. Oh, costly error there for the Cudgen Hornets. So surely should be called a double knock on, and it is scrum feed there for the Cougars, about 45 metres out from the Hornets line.
Yeah, Nick Morrissey, a really strong tackle there, dislodged the ball out of Cudgen's hands, and now they're in a good spot here to score a try, potentially. And here they go. They've got a scrum feed, 25 metres out. Casino to feed. They've got a good backline set up. Goes through the hands, out to the right.
So it's going to be first phase of play, 40 metres out. So just we just had a little bit of a just looking over the official team sheet here, what we got here. Once again, I want to play. It's actually number 14 for Casinos, Clyde Hickling, as opposed to Thomas Walker we have on our sheet. So apologies there. So a bit of a minor mistaken identity on our part. So nevertheless, this is going to be a bolt into the hands of Theo Hippai. No, it does well to get out the clutches there of Miles Donnelly.
Hippai's had a really good game so far. A lot of great.
So this is Bolt. Oh, well taken there by David Jackie. So this is now 5th and last. This is now a perfect opportunity for the Casino Cougars to respond back and attack, potentially level this game up. That's gone through the hands of Bolt. That's gone up by Roy Bell. Always potent up his kick there, Roy Bell, but it's not quite just missed the grasp of Isaac Cooper. And so that should be about a 10-metre restart now for the Cudgen Hornets.
It's been a lot of really good aerial work in this game. Players attacking the ball high up in the air, not waiting till it necessarily lands in their chest, but taking it with outstretched arms and really attacking the ball. It's exciting to watch.
So this is now going to be 10 metres out now for the Cudgen Hornets. Brought down there by Nick Morrissey. And well read there in defence. On the short side. Beats the grass there. They beat that third phase out. So that was Nick Morrissey there in defence. Well taken there, about 40 metres out. That's taken up there by Keanu Tikiri. Four phase of play. Kick goes just inside 40, and there's chases there. That's going to be Noah King. It's going to just be too much power for it. This will be a restart, 20 metres out now for the Cougars.
Yeah, just a bit too much heat on that kick. Close, here we go.
So this will be now taken 10 metres out. This is going to be Noah King. Sorry, that was 30 metres out now. That gets into the nice tackle there by Connor Zeeble. His brother Caleb was one of the prodigal sons there, Shori, from last season. Had a big campaign. He was actually the country under-23s player for the year last year. He's actually now, rumour has it, he's gone to play a bit of cricket over in the UK. So kind of there, flying the Zeeble flag loudly and proudly for the Cudgen Hornets. So this is going to be taken here by Michael Shipp, and he's just lost that. We've been seeing plenty of that today, Shorey. Double knock-ons from either side here. On this occasion, I think that's going to be a scrum feed now for the Hornets.
Yeah, relieving a bit of pressure. Big number 10, Nick Morris, Aiden Lee looks like he's big forward, starting to maybe get a bit tired. He's having a bit of a stretch, sucking it up. The referee's just moving the scrum back a couple of metres to put it where he wants it.
Yeah, Shorey, both of these teams have really got their fires pumping going on either end, especially in the engine room for both teams.
Yeah, it really is end-to-end stuff, this game, isn't it, Dwayne?
And I think, for whoever's going to take the spoils in this one, it's going to come from the engine room. And you just had to look at the try that Tim James scored. He was and it was a special kind of try because he hit like about 4 players to get over the line, and that was his big wealth of experience. I said in the dying minutes of the first half. So we're back now to live action. That was taken up there by Josh Saliba. So going into the hands, that's gone. I think that's the man himself, Tim James. Just beats the clutches there of Hayden Pratt. And it's for like, let's put it this way. I said at the start of this game, Shorey, that we did have a few showers thereabout, but the sun's well and truly been out. There hasn't been any rain to speak of. You'd be forgiven to think that it's actually wet weather football out there. It's just been tit for tat either end for both teams.
Yeah, unfortunately, Tim James had a sensational barnstorming run and made good 15 metres. Unfortunately, just poor ball security at the end, he's lost it. One thing I do notice driving out to Casino, they have had a lot of rain. Last time I was out here in January, it was bone dry, but it looks beautiful now. Nice and luscious and green. The cows look fatter and happier too.
Of course, if you're watching this from outside the Northern Rivers, Casino's actually the beef capital of Australia. They've just had Beef Week, which was just a few weeks ago in the month of May. So very much on point for what Shorey was saying there. So this is now going to be played there by Dane Petty. That's Nick Morrissey. It's very costly there by Morrissey. He's just handed that one back to Miles Donnelly. So on the first phase there. And the referee has called, once again, double knock-on for both teams, Shorey. So how many's that been thus far for just in general and for both teams? 8. Is 8 the number that you're going to go higher or lower with, or because I'm going to say more, and it will be the way it's going. It potentially could be more.
Oh yeah, I'd say 8 up until this point.
Nevertheless, it's advantage. It's Hornets with the scrum feed. This will be played by Sam Grant into the hands of Jake Lennon. Taken there just inside 40. Played from dummy half by Sam Grant into the hands of Zeeble. Nice little hit and spin there. He's just brought there by Nick Morrissey. So that's going to be played by Alex Fitzu. That's gone into Aiden Lee. Does well to get about 10 metres off that phase of play. Then into the hands now of Nuts Fitzu. It just hasn't. You can explain why, as well as the great defence from both teams. It's probably why we've seen so many errors. It's just been read well in defence by both teams. Yeah, but nevertheless, it's just...
The defence was really up in his face, and the ball was fired at him, and you could see he took his eyes off the ball and looked at the defence because, they're coming strong, hard and fast.
So that's going to be taken up there. I think that's hip eye from memory. Brought down there by Jake Lennon. So they're about 40 metres away now from the Hornets line. That's taken up there by Noah King. If anyone's going to get tries, it'll be this fella. He scored plenty in his day. This is going to be taken up now by Dane Petty into the hands of Bolts. That's Roy Bell. Goes away into the hands. That's gone into Clive Hickling. And he's going to be brought down there. I think that's Keanu Takiri in the tackle.
Yeah, good hands by Hicking. A juggle catch and caught it.
So that's, I think that's Isaac Cooper there. So that's going to be now fifth and last. Here's a chance now for the Cougars to get on the board. Kick goes up, away from Bolt. Oh, nice hit and spin. Oh, hang on. So if that's not going to be a try, I think, let's see what the referee calls here. Who's held off the ball there for me? That was Dave Jackie held away from the ball there, Shorey. So this will be an interesting call to see.
I like it as a try.
He might even get the try nevertheless, but let's just see what gets called out of this nevertheless. Because for me, Dave Jackie went to grab down, and you can see the referee's going to one of his assistants there. He kind of just made the tackle as he was in the process of putting the ball down. So if it's not a try, I wouldn't be surprised if he calls penalty here. So let's see what comes out of it.
Yeah, it's a good play. Another high kick into the Cudgen defence. He took his eyes off the ball, looked at the player, too much pressure, dropped the ball, seemed to have knocked it on, and then I saw Casino ground. Oh,
and he's actually just awarded the try. So there you go.
Great call.
The Cougars are now on the board and have a chance to level this one back here at QET Park and Casino. Hornets up 6-4.
Yeah, really good call by the referees. Pretty tough call to make. We've got it here on the monitor, so we get a pretty crystal clear view of it. And I saw downward pressure on the ball by. Are we calling the try scorer here yet?
Yeah, so that is, we can confirm it was Dave Jackie, the try scorer. And Dave Jackie, that is actually his, I think that's his 5th try for the campaign. Scored a double against the Maris brothers, and in games versus Mullumbimby and Kyogle, had 13 tries on the books for 2018, and he's an ex-2018 Intrust Super Cup player for the Tweed Head Seagulls, I guess. So the score is now level at 6 apiece.
Yeah, great pressure by Casino to put that try, and you could see by the reaction after the try, he would be a good Academy Award-winning actor, because when he put that pressure down, he knew he scored. Puts Casino in a really good position here. The chins are up. It's anybody's ball game, this really exciting game of rugby league we have now. But by two teams really high up in the comp, and looking for either of these teams could potentially be in the grand final.
So Cudgen now will have the restart now at 6 apiece. We're about 28 minutes. You can probably see there in the distance on the Ladbrokes scoreboard. So this is now, well, nice big hit there by, I think that's Michael Shipp there on the first phase there, Shorey. So that's gone into the hands now. That is the try scorer, Dave Jackie. So could we potentially, as I said there, Shorey, Casino have only held a defensive effort on, like, in single digits, I dare say, once against Maris Brothers when they won 28 points to 4. So it's, and I also said too that Cudgen needed to score 20 to potentially win this, because all their wins came when they scored 20 points or more. So I think both of those stats are going to get bowled out of the and hit out of the field past the dog track today, because they're both unbelievable. I didn't pick this one, but then again, it was certainly the case when you in the NRRRL, you can't call it at any point. So here's going to be taken here by Hayden Pratt, kick across the carpet. Oh, there's a knock on there from the Hornets, but and he knows it too there. That's going to be now a line dropout now for the Hornets there, Shorey.
Yeah, great pressure. They got good field position. You could see after scoring a try, they've got a lot of wind in their sails. They feel confident. They feel good. They know they're right in this.
So now the Hornets will now take the line drop out. And it does well to get about just shy of the halfway line. This is going to be taken up there by Nick Morrissey. Big crunching run by Morrissey. And need the likes there. There's probably been the two. I was just about to say that before the penalty got conceded there. But you're looking on your screens there, probably Cudgen's best two defenders in the game in Tim James and Miles Donnelly. And as I was about to mention, so Casino, they want to keep in touch at the pointy end of the table. This will send them back into level first with Balliner. So here we go. This is probably paying respect to the Hornets defence with Roy Bell taking the 2.
Yeah, really good call there. I haven't seen too many kicks for goal when conceding a penalty, but good to see here. Definitely the right thing to do at 6 apiece. Tries very hard to come by. Could be game changing.
So Roy Bell, he normally hits him at any point of the field, but he'll have this one right in front. So this would potentially now make it 8 points to 6. Definitely a different vibe to where we were 7 days before, Shuri. That was a try-fest. I think all the tries got spent at stand second over Moreland, courtesy of the Moreland Mustangs. And what was it, 44 points to 6?
Yeah, there was also another tri-fest yesterday at Red Devils Park with the Red Devils going down to Northern United, 44-22 or there or thereabouts. So, yeah, I like these tough grind-out games where real battle of the, of what you got.
Absolutely. So the Cougars now, whilst they were down 6 points to 0 about a few minutes ago, they have now hit the front. That's proving what the tight contest it is at 8 points to 6 here at QET Park and Casino. I was just about to make mention there of Dave Jackie, the try scorer. He's actually had a few seasons too with the Morris Brothers Rams. Wouldn't they love to have him back after seeing tries like that? So the play gets now restarted as the sun goes down here at Casino. It's definitely the away trip here for the Cudgen Hornets, away from the beaches of Kingscliff and the Benora Point region. So it's going to be played here by Petty. And there's Nick Morrissey, one of the regular workhorses, getting his fires pumping, does well to get 40 metres out from the Cougars line. It's going to be taken up there by Theo Hippai, just as strong as attackers we can well know in defence as well, as he did that big bopper of a hit in the first half. So this is going to be played now by Dane Petty. Gets it into the hands now. That's Josh Beach. One of the first few plays there in this second half here by Josh Beach. Gets into the hands of Petty. Into the hands now of Roy Bell. And he's trying to get dragged down there by Alex Fitz, who does well to get it away to the hands of Trevor Bolton. Kicks it across the field. Going to be had a bit too much hang time. It's going to be now a 10-metre restart now for the Cudgen Hornets.
Yeah, nevertheless, good kick. It puts them in good field position. The players are congratulating each other. I believe it was Roy Bell and Trev Bolt. He got caught by the shirt trying to get the kick away. Couldn't. Lucky he had his compatriot there next to him to have to get a good kick away and to settle the match. So
Cudgen now will have to do plenty what they did last week to get the points against Ballina. They have to play from their own half of field, and it's pretty much been a regular occurrence. Well, not just for the Hornets, but for both teams out here today. It's played here by Sam Grant on the first phase. Brought down there. I think that's Josh Beach in defence. For me, Shuri, the Cougars, they just want to keep the Hornets like as much as they can inside their own 20, just really put pressure, make them force them to take the kick instead of having to wait for the fifth phase of play. They're playing on the short side. That's Takiri, and he's brought down there by Hayden Pratt. They've got some big personnel and big representative personnel. The Casino Cougars. Hayden Pratt, of course, he's played in the under-23s campaign for the Northern Rivers Titans. So this is now fifth and last. Well played there by the Cougars to keep the Hornets inside their own half of field. That's got some height to it, and that's going to be a penalty handed over down to the Casino Cougars.
Yeah, straight up and down kick. I'm not sure if it was the right kick he was going for. Have not got much field position there, and the penalty getting called for obstruction, perhaps.
Potentially offside. I think he might have called there. Sure.
Yeah, there were a few players standing around the ruck, standing around where the ball was coming down. So
this is some valuable meters now for the Cougars at 8 points to 6. If you just joined us now, we're about heading towards, you can see there on the Ladbrokes scoreboard, 8 points to 6. The Cougars over the Hornets after the Hornets scored the first try in the late portion of the first half. And you can see there on the temperature, 21.2 degrees there, Shuri. You think you could put the numbers around there. It feels a little bit cooler than 21 at the moment, so as it always. But then again, we are inland, so we probably that's 21 degrees in the inland temps, don't you reckon?
Oh, no, the sun's shining out there. It's actually been a very warm winter so far. 21 would be right. There's not too many jumpers out there. Everyone's in shorts and T-shirts today. It's a beautiful day.
I forget we're from the coast on the coastal side, so it's always a bit different compared to inland.
We know you are allergic to the cold, and you
I love the cold, mate. I love it. I love it. But if you go to Kyoga when it's like 15 degrees on a Saturday night, I recall calling a game with calling a game out there, and they're all wearing thongs and shorts and like 13 degrees.
The referee's here having a chat with the Cudgen coach. He wants a bit more discipline within the team.
So this is going to be taken up there. Michael's ship. They're about 5 metres away. This will be a perfect opportunity now for the Cougars to get past 1 try lead. Nice big hit. That's looking promising for the Cougars. Well brought down in there, and that's going to be an extra advantage now for the Cougars in the latter portion of the second half, thus now making the score 12-6.
Sensational try there by Nick Morrissey, running at speed.
Had to come for Morrissey there, Shuri. We'll corner early in that first half.
He's good. He's been really strong for them today, running at an angle, running at speed, a metre out. It'll take more than a brick wall to stop him getting over the line there.
So Nick Morrissey, that's his 3rd try of the 2019 campaign. As I mentioned, he is also one of those under 23s rep for the Northern Riverside on 2 occasions.
Momentum definitely in Casino's favour here at their home field advantage. Yeah, can they get the hoodoo off their shoulders of the past 3 losses to Cudgen?
Cudgen, they were, if you count the 80 minutes against Ballina, and you count, about the 40, up until this point, they were not down at any point of last week's game, and it only taken just now, off Roy Bell's kick to be behind the 8 ball today. So this will be, in a way, fairly new territory than what the Hornets are used to in the past couple of weeks. So this will be now Roy Bell to add the extras, should do it, and has done it, and now making the score 14-6. The Cougars over the Hornets here at QE2 Park in Casino. Proudly sponsored by Ladbrokes. Head over to ladbrokes.com.au for all your betting information. Download the app today on your smartphones or tablet. And if you're not familiar with the greyhound racing, this track does get used for greyhound racing as well. So it has been for many a year. So the kick goes up. This is now going to be collected by Trevor Bolt. This is a nice big barraging run, and what a heavy hit. Took every bit of who was that there, Aiden Lee's strong defence to hold down Josh Beach.
Yeah, that was a cracking tackle. 2 big men running at each other, and Aiden Lee getting the better of his opposition and driving him back a few yards. But yes, Dwayne, a really tricky competition to call this with all the swings in momentum and different teams leading at different times.
And this is just going to add fuel, fuel for Casino's next home game in a couple of weeks against Ballina. So this will send Casino back on top, providing they get the job done here, of course. They'll be back on sharing the top of the ladder with the likes of Ballina and potentially Moolumbar, depending on results today.
Yeah, exciting. And the penalty scored before. Now it does make this game a 2-try game to win, a 2-score game to get ahead. And
then following that weekend, there's Ballina versus Moolumbar too. So that's really going to potentially decide who's going to take home the minor premiership in the 2019 NRRRL competition.
Great offload there.
So this is now going to be played here by Alex Fitzu. This is Cudgen going to have to now, we're in the final 20 minutes here at QE2 Park. You think at 8 points they can ill afford to concede another one, especially how the momentum has been in this game. It's been really a defensive effort by both teams. Cudgen playing on the short side, gets in the hand of Luke DeMasi, cans that one right. I think that's gone into, this will be Rodney Collins now to play it from dummy half. And he's going to be brought down there by Josh Saliba. So they're just inside now the Casino half a field. And it's into the hands now of Rodney Collins. His hammy seems to be holding up okay now after having that injury in the first portion of the first half. Late replacement there for Denzel Dangerfield. And nice big barraging run. He's crunched there just inside 40 metres there. This will be now Dane Petty to play it now from dummy half. Kick will be sent up there by Trevor Bolt. Well read there off the kick. And that's going to be taken in the tackle there. That's Hayden Pratt. Yeah, so that was Luke Damas playing that now that's gone into the hands of I think that's Nick Andreas there. Shorey does just on side 40 there. Nice pass, but it's well taken there by the try scorer there, Nick Morrissey. And that's Jake Sands getting brought down there. Still inside 40. They were appealing for a penalty, and the Hornets are going to get it. And this, let's see if they can make the most out of this opportunity here, Shorey, because frankly, you can probably see there 15 minutes left now. This time is going very quickly. It's one of the quickest second halves that I can recall. And at 14 points to 6, as you can see there on the scoreboard there, Ladbrokes scoreboard 14-6, Cougars over Hornets. So you'd think this is going to have to be one of these opportunities they're going to have to at least get a repeat set of 6 out of, if nothing else.
Yeah, it's a really tense game. Oh, there we are.
It's just, and that's just proven costly there for the Hornets. Oh, so is this going to be another double knock-on? No, straight knock-on here. It'll be a Cougars scrum feed about 20 out from their own line. Now, I think one of the Hornets players there has said something the referee has taken exception to, because he's now blown the penalty, and that's Roy Bell goes himself. It's about 40 metres on the fly there, Roy Bell. This will be Travis Bolt to play it from dummy half. Goes to short side. Gets around Miles Donnelly.
Yeah, great run out of the quick tap. He took the tap, but you could see the referees talking to the captain of Cudgen before about the discipline and I think about the chatter. So no surprise he's given the penalty. He gave them fair warning.
So this is Clive Hickling. Plays it now into the hands of Petty. Gets it in the hands of Roy Bell. Into the hands now of Hayden Pratt. Casino, they know that the momentum is theirs, and they too want to get this, something out of this set of 6, because it potentially will send them back sharing spoils at the top of the ladder with Ballina and potentially Moolumbar as well. Kick goes up there by Roy Bell. There are chasers. Oh dear, that was taken. Oh, let's see what comes out of this one. I wouldn't be surprised if he calls a penalty there for being taken off the ball, but no, it's going to be knock on against the Hornets there, Shorey.
Okay, here we go. The home side in a good, strong position. Very tricky game to call.
And also, too, it's like where we're situated at the moment. We're about 30 metres away over the other side of the field. And being on a dog track, it's a pure oval. It's not like a rectangular stadium. So looking from a distance there and trying to pick out where these players are on the field. Of course, we got the luxury of a monitor, but it's seeing there. It's sort of away from our distance a bit. So we're doing our best to try and see where the location is of all these players on the field. But as we get now into Trevor Bolt, into the hands now of David Jackie, goes himself. He's already scored one earlier today. Jackie wants to get himself a deuce to take home with, as well as 2 points. This is played by Brent Scott Hall from dummy half. He's well taken down there by Miles Donnelly. This is now taken up by Petty. And I think that was Josh Beach there. Shorey. It is. Gets it into the hands of Bolt. Theo Hippo goes himself. Theo Hippo so close to the line. This will be now Petty to play it now on the 4th phase of play. Gets it through the hands into now Trevor Bolt. That's Bell into the hands of Ship. And, they've handed that one back over to the Hornets. So now Hornets have still got some life into this game, despite being down 8 points after being up 6 points just themselves.
Yeah, you can just see in front of the booth here, Jeremy Collins walking off. It looks like he's heading back to the sheds. He's got it looks like his thigh or hamstring heavily iced and strapped.
Jeez, hasn't been, despite if Casino will get the jobs done, it hasn't been a day for the backs. So it's been a real forwards game, and unfortunately for the backs, when you lose the likes of Denzel Dangerfield, he was listed come Friday to be playing today, and he's a late admission. To lose a couple of potential wingers, it's not it's very costly coming into especially in a fortnight's time playing Ballina.
Yeah, I can imagine. And speaking to some of the coaching staff at other clubs, they are concerned about injuries going late into this season. It's such a physical game, rugby league, as we all know, and managing these injuries and trying to have a fit squad going forward, especially with the competition being so tight, what it is, especially at the top. Keeping all your star players fit and healthy is going to be a tricky job for the coach, and sometimes it's out of people's hands.
So this is Aiden Lee now to take it just inside their own 40-metre line on the first phase of play. On the short side, gets it into Jack Lennon. So it goes himself, Lennon, does well to get about 20 metres. He's brought down there by, I think that's Josh Beach, gets into the hands now of Alex Fitzu, to his brother Harry Fitzu, into nice little hit and spin. So this will be now Alex Fitzu into the hands of Donnelly. And back in the hands of Sam Grant. Cudgen, they need to get something off this set of 6 to make it. And that was Clive Higley there. Liked it, Clive Higley. And I think that was a replica of the first half there. Like, he's attempted a couple of intercepts, and normally they hit him, but not to be thus far, Shorey.
Yeah, the play was there to be made. He just didn't have get enough hand on it, and it's gone to ground. As you said, it looks like 9 minutes to play here in the second half, and Cudgen need to score twice. They're in perfect field position here. This could be it.
And as we learned from a couple of months ago, sure, anything's possible, even at 16 points with 5 minutes ago. So the Hornets, they're not going to be gifted too many perfect opportunities like the one you can see here. This is going to be Alex Fitz, goes himself and has potentially made this game back on now. If it was going to come from anyone, it was going to be him. He's done it in spades, and it's us now making the score 14-10, kick to come.
He was saying early on the game that Alex Fitz here was going to play a big part of this, and one of their most instrumental players. He's been a little bit quieter for the past half an hour or so, or not at all, but now he's really come strong there, and he's attacked the line and got that try in very critical timing.
So Alex Fitzu now, that makes it I think that could be his third try for the campaign. He scored versus Ballina and in a game against Mullumbimby. He's also represented Group 18 at under 15s level. Tried his hand at the Blamble Jets in the Gold Coast competition last season. And he's a Tweed Head Seagulls rep from 2017.
Cudgen not wasting any time here with the kick. They know that time's not a luxury right now that they can afford to waste, and so they're got the quick done in record time, and they're going to be looking to attack again. Big set of 6 here from Casino.
So it's going back on here at QE2 Park, 14-12. The Cougars over the Hornets. And so I don't know where the Sun's... I'm thinking also about where the Sun's situated. I didn't think we were going to see it today, Shori, but I'm thinking the sun is coming. Well, I'm seeing there's a big patch of ray of sunshine in that corner. If I was Sam Grant for the Hornets, I'd be booting that ball right in that corner on the right side, on the right side in the furthest corner away from us here in the com box. So if I was Sam Grant, I mean, the New Zealand, I recall, I think I said this in that when we were at that game in Cougars versus Northern United, is that we could see Shannon Grant. That's what New Zealand Warriors did to beat the Broncos that day on that 2 o'clock kickoff. Kick it into the sun and force some mistakes if they can't get the points. So they'll probably have to be looking for something like that and look for some creativity. But nevertheless, the first thing they need to do is get out there half a field. And who else but Shannon Green to make that happen? This is now Fitzu gets it in the hands of, I think that's now been played there by Alex Fitzu. Nice barraging run there by Takiri. Goes himself. Takiri beats about 5 players. Dragged down there by Roy Bell. And right on about 30 metres out now from the casino line. Hornets there. They could smell another try potentially. And he's just dragged down there, but he's unable to bring down Harry Fitzu. And that's Alex Fitzu. Both of those boys, Fitzu boys, are highly getting involved. Ooh, that was probably a line ball pass, but the kick is gone. Oh, that's going to potentially have... Oh, that just sort of stopped there at the last moment. Well read there off the kick by the Cougars. And, that was a big hit. The referees deemed it to be high.
Yeah, tough. His shoulder might have been in it. It was a It was a crunching tackle. He already had a few players hanging off him, and he was unable to defend himself there. Really strong tackle. After just making a sense that he looks to be, he's a tough cookie. He looks good. Quick drink of water, suck in a few breaths, and he'll be up and at him. Really impressive game by Hip High.
So whilst I mentioned a whole bunch of stats in the first half there, sure, it certainly hasn't read the case, but one of them that has rang its case, tight contest, and that's because you're here. You'll put the hand up. You say that you always seem to get the tight, like Crossy was there telling me last week in Wollongbar, you always seem to get the tight, and he's always getting the one-sided affairs. So
well, I wouldn't know what to talk about otherwise.
So let's see what pans out of this. It's still advantage Casino with 2 points up and about 5 minutes left to play here at QE2 Park. A share of the spoils at the top of the ladder is the reward heading into round 12 next week. Hornets, they've still got their tails up, and they're going to have to do what they did again last week if they're going to have to come back and take another 2 points from one of the top teams.
Yeah, I think the edict's gone out in the Casino squad to play it safe. They look to be controlling the ball tightly.
So this
really
is
holding
Scott
on
Hall.
to that ball like it's a precious diamond. They don't want to lose it.
Fifth and last, you'd think even being at 2 points up, points here could put it to bed. That's sent up there high by Trevor Bolt. There are chasers for the Cougars. Oh, spilt there by Fitzu. He's booted that away. And this will be a knock-on scrum feed now for the Cougars. 10 metres out and a chance to potentially put it to bed.
Yeah, Casino really happy. Lots of high fives between the squad. They know that was important. Big kick, high up in the sky. Too much pressure for, I believe it was Jake Sands, or maybe the halfback Harry Fitzhugh. Still plenty of time here. They can't get complacent at all. 4 minutes to go. Only 2 points ahead. But they are in strong field position.
Yeah, so a couple of Hornets players there were protesting, and now they can ill afford to. I think with that being said, the referee stopped the clock. They can ill afford to waste time with the dying minutes in this one. So this is passed into Bolt, into the hands of Bell, into the hands. That's Jackie. Jackie goes himself. Can he get himself a double today? Not quite.
He just he paused, resets his speed, and burst at the hole there. Didn't quite get through.
The Hornets, they have, as I mentioned in the first half, they are three games in a row in this contest between the two teams. Cougars will want to break this one, going into the latter portion of this season. So the Hornets have held well in defence. They can ill afford to concede a try at this portion of the game. They know the game depends on it. That's gone into Hayden Pratt. Goes right now, straightens. He's brought down there to his opposite number, Miles Donnelly. And nice little dummy run there by Dame Petty, and he's just held there, fifth and last. Within a metre of the try line, gets it into that's Trevor Bolt. Bolt kicks it across the carpet, and it's well read there by Jake Sands. Jake Sands going to go himself, so this is about just inside 3 minutes left to go here at QET Park. Hornets will have one set of 6, 2 at most. And they're on the wrong end of the field there, 3rd metres out. Sorry, this is the third phase. And they're about 20 metres out. This is going to be taken here by Miles Donnelly. He's going to be brought down there by Josh Beach and Nick Morrissey, the Bash brothers in the engine room for the Casino Cougars. They're still inside Hornets. They need a line break. They need the likes of Luke DeMars. And this will be now the 4th phase. They're just still inside the higher fire line. This is Tim James. Does well to get it there on the 40 metres. That surely should be a strip penalty. If not, that should be 6 more. What's he called here? I think he's called knock on both ways. I don't know who knocked it on first, though.
Yeah, that was...
He's going to say knock on first, Cudgen, and that could potentially be the game, unless something special comes for the Hornets.
It's tough. We've seen a lot of it this game. Ball control and ball security is so important. Even if you might think you have it, getting bumped out in the modern game of rugby league, it's very easy to attack the ball and not get caught a strip.
And now who's this? I think Tim James has been sent for 10.
He has back chat.
I think that would have been for back chat, and so Tim James is they're gonna have to finish this game now with 12 men on the field and have conceded another penalty. That's not the first time that's happened for the Hornets there, Shorey. So you can probably just see there in the distance, 14-12. Casino with their nose in front. We're surely in about 2 minutes. as I mentioned in the first half, don't be fooled by that clock that's in your left-hand corner on your screen. That's just still running. Probably allow a few minutes for injury time. Bit of a soccer analogy, but that just is what it is. But you'd think if the Cougars don't get something to put this to bed, the Hornets will have one more roll at the dice of it, surely. So the Cougars, if they can't get points, they must force a set of 6, because the Hornets will now be seeing red after knowing they're going to have to play this game with 12 men. And let's just see it. They're applauding. It's like a mini celebration there for the Hornets. You'll see the quickest scrum feed you'll see this year. Probably second quickest, other than that one in Cougars I made mention a couple of months ago there, Shorey. And so clocks have stopped. We're about a minute and change left. This surely will be the last roll of the dice now for the Hornets to potentially steal this one.
Yeah, shame on poor Nick Morrissey there. He's been playing a really good game. He just didn't have the ball wrapped up. It got bumped out. Now the Cudgen looking to really put something on here.
Here we go. This is now every point at this point, both on the field and on the table, is priceless for the Cudgen Hornets. They're just on the cusp of the 5, and they want to take another heavyweight of the 2019 campaign off the list. They're passing him for as many sets of hands. They're playing like it's a 5th phase play. They've still got time to play out a whole set of 6 potentially. And so that's actually going to be, this is actually going to be the last play. Kick across the field, and that's going to be picked up by the Cougars. They'll get the job done here on their home patch. Well played by both teams, but the Cougars are going to have the advantage and take home 2 points and have at least another few more days on top of the ladder until they take on, I think it's Mullumbimby next week.
Congratulations to the Casino Cougars. Great, tough, hard-fought game against one of the top sides in the comp. They gutted it out. The forwards worked hard right up the centre. They made the plays. They put pressure on. They managed to get to a pretty low-scoring game in this competition. They eked it out. Good on them.
So
good to see a team win at home, I always think.
So one thing has passed, as I mentioned, their Cudgen Hornets couldn't get to that 20, and as I said, normally their wins is when they score 20 points or more. And Casino, once again, as I mentioned, they've only held on one occasion to single digits. So one team to single digits in defence. With that being said, you'd think Casino would hope to have some personnel back. Well, I mean, in all fairness, for that big clash in a couple of weeks against Ballina.
Yeah, they had some of their danger men out.
Denzel Dangerfield.
Yep.
Double D.
The double D. But yeah, I think the forwards really stood up today and took pressure off those guys and put them in position just to get enough points on the board and eke out a win.
Man of the match, who you like?
Man of the match. I like Morrissey.
I was just going to say that, Nick Morrissey. So we're both in agreement. Nick Morrissey is our pick of the player of the game. I mean, with that big hit, I mean, both in defence and...
He's got the try too.
He exactly did. Like, so, as I said, replicated from last week, and I just said if it was going to be a defensive defence and attack kind of game, then you think you'd bank on him to get the points.
Yeah, really good, gritty game. Again, 2 of the top teams in the comp, and yeah, you'd be worried facing them in the coming weeks, either team. Especially, Mullumbimby are going to have a good game on their hands.
Sure, absolute pleasure. We'll do it all again next week.
Look forward to it, Dwayne. Thank you very much.
So as you can see there, it is full time here at QE2 Park here in Casino. Casino Cougars getting the win and the 2 points, and will be back on top of the ladder with Ballina and, depending on results, and Lismore, Moorlambar as well. They have got up 14 to the Cudgen Hornets 12. For the team here of the NRRRL, MGM Sports, and of course our proud sponsors Ladbrokes, Michael Shaw and Dwayne Neville, it's been an absolute pleasure bringing you the round 11 action from QE2 Park in Casino. We'll see you for round 12 action next week. It's Dwayne Neville signing off here at Casino. Have a good evening.